Why do we as moms always put ourselves last? Like, why is that the norm for us? That shouldn't be the norm. Like today, I didn't eat until 7:30 tonight, but I made sure that the kids ate. I made sure that my husband said he ate today. I, I don't get it. Why do we not take care of ourselves as we should? Like, and I know a lot of us are tired. I know a lot of us feel stretched. I know a lot of us take care of other people's problems to avoid our own. So I wonder why we tend to do that. And it's not anything that happens overnight. It's just like decision after decision says, huh, I can put that off. Or that's not important right now. Or I have to stay up later to get such and such done. And the cycle continues until you're completely depleted. Um, we like to talk about our lives as gardens over here, and so it's just like the leaves start to fall off a plant before it completely dies off. So it's like our lives gives us warning signs, and those warning signs can be extreme fatigue, decision fatigue. um and it's like the tiredness that you can't get back with sleep. And so about time our roots get completely dry, it's like it's going to take so much for us to bounce back. Can we bounce back? Absolutely. But it's going to take some major intentional decisions to bounce back. It's going to take some um sacrifices, and we don't actually have to sacrifice us. It may be like saying no to one event or two, saying, hey, I can't help with PTA right now. Hey, I can't help with small group right now. I can't lead it. I'll be there, but I don't have the capacity to lead. When we know our capacity and what we can and cannot handle in this season, it's not showing that we're weak. It's showing that we understand who we are, and we're learning ourselves more and more, and that we're loving ourselves more and more to say, hey, I am full. I am full at the things that I will allow other people to get from me, or I'm not going to say take, but draw from me. Let's put it that way. So, going back to the garden metaphor, like if you have a plant, right? We talked about this in another video, in our last video. If you have a plant, you can't give out all of your harvest because you won't have any to replant for the next season. And so at a certain point, we have to say, oh, I don't have any more to give. Can we normalize that statement? I don't have any more to give right now. And let it be a complete statement. We don't have to go into the why, we don't have to go into explanation. It's just like, I don't have anything to give right now. Just like, okay, so for example, I don't know if y'all ever dealt with nonprofits or giving, or if you are a corporation that gives to nonprofits, but at a certain point, if you're a nonprofit and you're asking for grants, at a certain point, they're saying like, hey, we don't have any more to give, because they have set out an allotted time. They have created boundaries in giving. Let's create boundaries in giving. Where does the boundary stop? It can't stop here because we have nothing left. So it has to stop like right here. Give me something left. And this has to be enough. It has to, because if not, then I can't keep giving from my overflow, because I have no overflow because my cup is empty. You cannot have overflow if your cup is empty. You cannot have a next seasonal harvest if you've given out all of your harvest from last season. You can't replenish. Okay, y'all know how we do Sunday resets and we love watching them on platforms, and we love to see people restock their refrigerators, and I know that's one of my things. But how can you restock? How can you replenish when you don't have the things to put back in? Then you're just going to have an empty refrigerator. You're just going to have an empty pantry. You can't restock if you don't go back to the store. You can't restock yourself. You can't refill yourself if you don't do things to um refill. Like, okay, so for example, the things that can refill you can look like your hobbies, can look like exercise, can look like just spending time with yourself for a couple of hours, spending time with friends for a couple of hours, or just doing something, taking a walk. That can be replenishing. Whatever that is for you, let's make it a habit to start doing that before you run on empty. Because the real thing about it is, not only are you doing a disservice for yourself first, but then you're not going to be able to fulfill your God given assignment properly into the full excellence of that. And you're not going to be able to serve your children or your spouse or your grandchildren. You're not going to be able to serve in excellence at your job. You're not going to be able to serve in excellence at your business. Whatever it is you're doing, you're not going to be able to show up in your full capacity because you've given everything else out. So we're not supposed to pour from our cup at all. We're supposed to pour from our salsa. Salsa! Y'all can tell I'm tired. Y'all, don't pour from your salsa. We're supposed to pour from our saucer. And some people may not know what that means, but the cup that's under the teacup. If you've ever seen a teacup, most of the time they put it under a little plate. So it's not a cup on the teacup. It's a plate underneath the teacup. So when you put it there, so if your tea spills over, it catches it. And so that's the thing. Our saucer should be so full, and that's what we're giving from. And when that gets depleted, we stop giving for a moment. It's not being selfish. And the thing about it is, your saucer should never run out either, because you should always be on overflow. You should always be in abundance. Your gifts, your talents, the things that you should be giving out should be in abundance. You should never run out. But the only way that we're going to run out is if we never replenish, if we never stop, if we never get rest, if we never say that's enough, if we never say no, if we never say, oh, I'm at my full capacity. If we don't say those words and execute those words, then we're always gonna be empty. And nobody wants to be empty all the time. I think as moms, we've all, unless you got this good teaching before you became a mom, we've all been there when it's just a moment to where we have nothing. We're empty. We're empty. And until we learn this lesson in our deep hearts and really execute boundaries and really pour back into ourselves and not give what we don't have. Let me tell you something. The enemy of righteousness is good. So let me explain that to you. Righteousness is doing what is right in the eyes of God. Good is just making someone feel good. You can be good and righteous, but you can't be good without the righteousness and expect to live an abundant life. So there's a lot of things that sound good for us to do. You know, going and making meal boxes for the homeless, or going and serving at our local women's shelter, or going and volunteering at our children's school. But if we are not assigned to those areas, the timing and the assignment has to align perfectly. If they're not aligning, then you are depleting yourself. Now, if they're aligning, then that's going to come with more and more abundance. That's going to come with replenishment. That's going to come with a overflow. But if you are just doing stuff to be busy, and not being productive and not being in your purpose and not being aligned with your assignment that God gave you, not the assignment that other people give you, because other people will give you an assignment. But if it's not the one that God gave you, you're going to feel depleted, tired, exhausted, overwhelmed. You're going to have anxiety. You're going to be stressed out. That's the symptoms. If you're feeling all of those things, honey, you're depleted. You need to find ways that replenish you. And sometimes we just have to try it. Just start throwing noodles at the wall, as they say, and see what sticks. Try a new hobby. Try crocheting. Try doing a walking challenge. Try getting out in the air. Try photography. Whatever is like, whew, allows you to exhale. Whatever that looks like for you, do that. Seek out for community. Seek out for a village. And sometimes we just have to be open for a village. The villages are out there, but we just have to be open. Yes, have discernment and be open at the same time. Okay? So that's just a couple of things. I'm not going to prolong this video. I'm tired. I had to find a corner in the house. Y'all probably already know where I'm at, but a corner is a corner. And here we are. And here we are. If you are new here, welcome to the village. Welcome to the community. It's me, El Marie. I'm just out here cultivating the garden that God has given me, bringing you along on that journey and hoping that I can help you on your journey as well. We're doing a 365 days of YouTube long content, and I hope that you guys find some type of value in these videos. If you do, go ahead and subscribe. If you like this one, go ahead and hit the like button and share it with somebody else. I would love for you to join this community and bring a couple of friends along with you, okay? So thank you. Remember, in a world full of chaos, always focus on the good. Until next time, toodles.